Is that God speaking, or is it just you? How to tell the difference between your voice and God's voice. Let me help you out. This is how you can tell that God is speaking to you. See, when God speaks, he doesn't speak outside of his word. His word, when God speaks to you, his voice is always in alignment with his word, okay? Listen, also, this is very powerful, right? When God speaks to you, he always gives uplifting words, words of encouragement, words of growth, healthy words. He always speaks kindly to you. So if you ever hear a voice saying, oh, you know, I hate you, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna throw you in a lake of fire because you disobeyed me, that's not the voice of God, because God don't speak like that. And that type of voice does not line up with the word of God. That's called a demonic voice. So this is how you separate the two. See, the more you're in the word of God is the more you'll be able to identify and hear God's voice in your life, and you will follow his voice. See, if you're not in the word, demons will speak to you and you will think that it's you, or you'll think that it's God, and it's not. It's evil spirits. But the word of God exposes the voice of the world. The word of God exposes demonic voices in your life. So the more you have the word increasing in your life is the more you're going to be able to differentiate between all of the voices that you hear in your mind every single day. God's voice, the voice of devils, the voice of angels, the voice of the world, the voice of your flesh, your own voice. There are all these voices that are always being bombarded, or all these different types of voices are always in your mind. So the more you're in the word of God is the more you can identify God's voice. See, I hear God regularly. Why? Because I know what God sounds like. What does God sound like? God sounds like his word. Well, because I'm in the word of God, I know what God sounds like. I can identify his voice. I can identify his voice more clearly. See, if you're not in the word of God, you can't identify his voice, and then your mind becomes confused. And when you hear the voice of demons attacking you, you think it's you, or you think it's God. See, demons lie. So what I'm trying to say for us every single day, we have to increase our word reading life so that we can identify the voice of God much more easily.